The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Mayday Games. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the Daughter.
And today we are playing Dead Man's Draw. This is a card game, push your luck, from Mayday Games. This is all about set collection and a great game to kind of get you in the mood for Play Like a Pirate Day that's coming up real soon. We are going to play with a number of different variants that come with the game. So the first thing we're going to do is there are a number of variants here. Megan, go ahead and select one, and that's what we're going to use.
Okay, so sudden death. The first player to reach 50 points wins. If no player reaches 50, then the game ends as normal.
Because the variants basically give you different end-of-game conditions. So that's what we're going to go with for this game. And we are also going to get a couple traits. Basically, you have a whole stack full here, and these are characters. So, Megan, I'll let you pick which one you want there.
Take that one.
And I'll just take the one off the top.
Okay, so I have loves word.
You have Fabio.
Yeah, Casanova works too. So when the mermaid comes up, they are banked as soon as they are drawn from the draw pile. So that's pretty good because the mermaids have a different point value. So the 2 to 7, they are 4 to 9. So a little
Actually,
bit extra.
3 to 7 is what normal. Oh no, it is 2 to 7. You're right.
Yeah.
2 to 7. Yeah.
The 2s are just in the discard.
Okay, and I am playing as Black Bonnie. I have the parry ability, which says opponent's swords must draw a Kraken from my bank first. So let's talk about what each of the individual cards do. Okay, and there is a handy dandy little reference card that basically tells you everything that you need to know. But first we'll show you, this is the Oracle.
Yep, so you reveal the next card on top of the draw pile.
Because when you bust, then your turn is over. So this comes in real handy when you're trying to draw more cards. Next we have the sword.
You steal the top card from any other player's bank and place the stolen card into the play area. So if I had that, I would take a card from your area, Dad, and then I'd put it on the main tableau area.
Yeah, so we're going to have a play area. When we flip cards over from the top of the deck, they're going to be right here. And this, on the mat, basically represents our bank. Okay, so next we have the mermaid, which we're not playing with the special mermaid variant. We are playing with about everything else, so we won't actually talk about her.
Yeah. But like I said, she just has a different point scale, so that's the only difference right now.
Yes, next we have the anchor.
Collect all cards drawn before the anchor, even if you bust. So, like we have down here, if we have the anchor, it gets drawn, and we bust, we get rid of all those and keep those for our bank.
Yep. Next we have the treasure map.
Yep, so you shuffle the discard pile and reveal 3 cards from that, and then you must play one of them into the play area.
Now we have tentacle, tentacle, tentacle. We have the Kraken.
It forces you to play the next 2 cards, so you have to draw those and play them, but you still get to do the ability one at a time, but you still have to draw 2, so it might cause you to bust.
Yep. Now we have one of my favorite cards, and that is the cannon.
Yep, so you place the top card of the suit stack from any player's bank into the discard. So that's when you go into the opponent's play area and take that card, normally probably the highest, and you'll just discard it.
And I always say boom.
Boom.
We have the hook. Hook, give us the hook.
Yep. So you choose the top card from any suit stack in your bank and place it in the play area.
Now, I just want to point out, this has got great artwork. I mean, look at that skull and cross swords there. I really think that's cool. That may be my favorite piece of artwork from the game.
Then you have what I really like. You have this 2-card combo, so they don't really do anything if they come up just on their own. But when you get the chest and the key, they work really well. So if those are both in the play area, then you collect. So if you don't bust, you draw bonus cards equal to that number of cards collected from the discard. So that's really cool.
So say if you had this in the play area here, there are 5 cards, so we'd be able to draw 5 cards off the top of the discard pile and that player then gets to bank those.
Yep, so that was super cool. I really like that. There is one character card that I like too, and he allows you to take them from the top of your opponent's discard, so I like that when I get that card.
Yeah, yeah.
I do pretty good stealing cards with you there.
Okay, the game also comes with, it's a 2 to 4 player game, but it also comes with these little player aid cards. But these are also dual purpose because on the back of these cards, it has a blank deck or a starting player deck. So that's how you can determine who is going to be the starting player. You deal these cards like this, face down, and Megan will choose a card, and of course she's the start player.
I didn't look, I just picked it.
All right, so one other point of setup is what we do is we remove all of the 2s and the number 4 mermaid because she is the lowest. So we shuffle these up, and this is our starting discard pile. So we will shuffle these up, we'll shuffle up our main deck, and we'll get to playing. Okay, Megan, since you were the start player, you get to go first.
Okay. So we have the Oracle, so I'm going to peek. I'm going to go for it because the anchor, so at least that's safe if nothing else. Tentacle, Kraken, so I got to go 1. She doesn't do anything. And a bust.
Yep.
But I do get to keep that at least.
You do get to keep that.
All those discard, and that goes into my play area.
And you shuffle the discard pile a lot in this game. All right, my turn.
Shuffling.
So I draw the next 2, which the Oracle doesn't matter.
Least.
Okay, so now with the saber or the sword, I can basically take one of Megan's cards that I do not have in my bank and put that in. And unfortunately, she only has 1 card, so that's going to cause me to bust.
Yep.
So it takes her card away, and I bust.
So you don't have any cards, so that doesn't matter. Key, it's fine right now, but a bust. So... Yep.
Okay.
You can bust pretty easily.
Treasure chest, Kraken, cannon, you got nothing to fire at, and the map. So what we've got to do now is we have to shuffle the discard pile, and I will draw the top 3 cards and choose 1 to put in the play area and shuffle the other 2 back in. All right, so, whoops. Okay, Megan, you want to give that a cut?
Sure.
Oh, you didn't cut.
Oh, I'm just doing that.
Okay, so I will go ahead and I'm going to choose the Oracle.
It's the most logical.
And I'll peek at this, and I will stop there. I Pikachu'd.
Pikachu.
Yeah. I got a lot of cards to put in my bank.
So I've got the map, and you just shuffled this all up. I'm going to give it another good shuffle. Just because.
Now, the way the scoring works is you only care about the top card of each of the stacks. So I could have all the other cards underneath this. This is still only going to get me 7 points.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and take that Oracle.
Okay.
And take the cannon. Let's blow up your treasure chest.
Yeah.
And gonna keep going. That is automatically banked because of my dude. And
you have to take my Kraken because of my Black Bonnie ability.
Oh, well that sucks. So I don't wanna. You have to.
You pull your mermaid in.
But then no, because it didn't.
But
draw
your mermaids bank automatically, right?
as soon as they're drawn.
Oh, if they're drawn.
I didn't draw it,
Gotcha.
so and then I bust because of the map.
Yep. That was a big
That
bust.
sucked. I know, so I lost my
Treasure
card.
chest, mermaid, key. You know what? I am going to stop there, and I'll get 3 cards from the discard pile. So shuffle those, Megan, and
There you
hopefully you gave me 3 good cards.
go.
You didn't. You gave me all 2s.
That happens. Cannon. Let's see, what's your highest there, buddy?
It's going to be my key.
Bye-bye, key.
Yeah.
And hook, don't have anything there. And bust.
Okay. Key. Ooh, treasure chest. I'm going to keep going, though. Getting a little greedy. You got nothing. One more time. One timer.
Bust.
Cannon.
Dang it, none.
I'm going to stop there, and I will take 4 cards
Okay.
from the discard.
Looking at the
Yeah.
artwork here, this guy kind of looks like Thor.
I think he looks like Fabio. Are you going to cut the deck?
Okay, that's cutting it.
All right,
It's late.
so I'll take 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, at least I got a 7 Kraken.
Yeah. Oh, Kraken there. So I get to stab something first, though.
Well,
Stab, stab.
you have to stab the Kraken.
Yep.
Because of my ability, which will cause you to bust.
Dang it. I don't like that.
Well, I don't think the game cares if you like it or not.
Well, it should.
There we go.
Games have feelings too. That's gonna be the next Pixar movie, probably.
Games have feelings.
Toys have feelings. Why not games?
Okay, what do I want to hook in? You have no cards.
None.
So let's hook the Oracle in.
I've been doing too good right now.
And put that in there. You know what? I'm going to stop. Just
Okay.
because I want to make sure that I have points.
I can peek. And I'm gonna do that so that I at least get a card.
So let's
get
see.
one
Let me
card.
do a quick score here because the first player to get to 50 wins.
Oh, psh. Maybe. Where are you at?
I am at 48.
So,
Right now.
okay. Let's save. I'm just gonna stop because I need something. Nothing else. I mean, you're probably gonna win it, but I need something down here.
So,
If you bank it, you got it. I mean,
yeah, I think so. So I'm going to do
just
that.
called it.
So just double check here. It's going
you
to
want me
be
to add?
13, 20, 24, 30, 35, 38, 42, 45, 50 points.
Yep. So.
All right, so
I'll
let's
go ahead and give you the booty.
give me the booty trophy.
Booty trophy. That sounds wrong.
All right, so because of the variant sudden death, the first player to reach 50 points wins. If no player reaches 50, the game ends as normal. I hit 50, so this is how the variants really changed the game up.
Yeah.
Now, normally I would probably suggest not playing with these to start off with, at least until you got a lot of games under your belt, just because these offer so many different things. In fact, the way I taught Megan was we didn't even use these or the character, the basically the trait cards. Did not use those in the first several games that we played.
Yeah.
But this game is super easy, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. So since I have the trophy, now let's get to what we think. One of the things we did not mention, Megan, was how many points did you actually have?
I don't even know, but it doesn't matter. I think I have 17. It looks like.
17, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go first
know.
on this. I like this game because it's a nice, quick filler pressure luck game. I've played this with my lunch group at work, and we've knocked out 2 or 3 of these games during the course of our lunch.
Well, with more players, you're gonna get through the deck quicker too. So.
Well, I mean, you're
it
still
depends.
going through the same amount. Normally, we do not play with any of the variants of the characters just to keep the game moving fast. But I like the game. I love the artwork on the game.
Yeah.
Even though it could be considered a little simplistic. Each card, if you look at the background, has its own stuff. So like this has got gold doubloons that are there. The key, I think, has some extra stuff
the
behind
mermaid,
it.
she's like sitting on a clam with some seaweed. I mean, it's really cool just the attention to detail they put even behind your main little artwork.
Now, I do want to point out that the player mats that we have do not come with the game. They're not standard. But you can buy these from Mayday's website. I think they're like $15. But it's like a mouse pad material, the neoprene.
It's really nice.
It is very nice. Like I said, you don't have to have them because here's the other thing I'll point out. The box is very small.
That's not going to fit
So,
in there.
yeah, you're not going to fit that in there. But, if you like this game and you play it a lot, I think you're going to like having these mouse pads.
It
or
just
these
keeps them
player
all from sliding around too. But I mean, it's cool. You have the artwork again. It carries over, and you got like a little cheat sheet down here, that little guide. But you probably want to use the card on top of it, just because it's a little hard to read, even for me. And you have like the different trait little icons up there. It just kind of ties everything together, so it's really cool.
Yeah, because even here on the trait card, everybody's got a unique one, and there, like I said, there is a whole deck of these, so you're going to be able to have different experiences every time you play.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is the gunny that you had last game, because that allows you to blow up another player's complete stack.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of worked against you, because I had what's his name.
You had someone else.
I had the guy who basically any opponent's cannons cause them to discard the top card of one of their stacks as well.
So every time I was knocking out your whole stack, you were just knocking out one of my cards. So it was just like a little ping against my boom. But I mean, it still cost me cards.
So so you're going to get a lot of different synergies just by mixing and matching those. The variants, they're okay. I'm not really wild about them. We wanted to use those to show you. Sometimes they're neat, and like in this case, it sped the game up by a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is so fast that I'm going to leave that up to you guys. When you get it, you play it. There is also an iOS app that you can get, and you can play it. Exact same artwork. Plays a little different because it kind of walks you through each of the aspects. Like the first few games that you play, you don't even use the abilities. You're just collecting sets.
Well, that's kind of good then. I mean, it kind of teaches you and gets you familiarized.
Yeah, and then you have to unlock the different traits, the trait cards to use, and you have to basically, when you win against opponents, you get points, and you use those points basically to unlock other things.
That's kind of cool.
So
something different.
It's nice. The app is nice. I think I had the app. I think the app actually came before the card game, and I had the app a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And I started playing it quite a bit. I'd say a few months ago, before we actually got the physical version. So, did I give you a chance to say what you
Not
liked about the
really.
game?
You just kind of covered everything. I was like, he's just going for it. I'm gonna let him. I mean, I like it. I've been interjecting my own little comments as he just kept rambling, but yeah, I really like it. I love the artwork. I think it's cool. It is a good little filler. The variants do make it different. I mean, you are gonna have different, opportunities to throw some different abilities that you can use against your opponent. I mean, you don't have to go random from the deck if you don't want to. You can just pick out a certain variant if you're wanting to play with that type of win condition, or if you just want a certain specific trait that you really like, and it's like, screw your neighbor type, like my personal favorite. So, I mean, you can just do that and change it up, or you can just do random like we did if you're just like, let's just throw them all in. Doesn't really matter. I mean, the gameplay is still pretty much the same, just some different little things going on in it.
Yeah, but that's a good point. You can set up the game however you like it. Here, let me show you some of the other variants we have.
Yeah.
We have All Hands on Deck, which says you get -5 points from your score for each empty suit stack in your bank. So
that can really hurt you, because that hurt you a couple games
I
ago.
lost 15 points one game I played against Megan just because I had 3 spots I didn't have filled. We have Thieves' Isle, which says when you bust, instead of placing cards in the discard pile, the player to your right banks them. So that's interesting. We have Stranger Seas. Busts occur when loot cards match in value, not in suits. So that really changes the game up. You just got to remember which variant you have in play.
Yeah.
Beneath the Waves. Players must remain below 60 points. If a player exceeds 60, they are instantly disqualified. This one I'm not really wild about. We've played with it, and it was okay. And then the last one we have is the Pile O Treasure. All cards in the player's bank count towards the score, not just the top cards in each stack. So if you want a really high-scoring game, you use this one.
Well, I think it's interesting, too, if you didn't notice, like, with those variant cards, you have a certain character kind of with it. It ties into the different abilities they will have, like, on the trait cards. So, kind of going with, that last one with the high scoring, I mean, you have the Le Corsaire here, and I mean, that was the card I was kind of talking about earlier. If you have the treasure chest and the key, your bonus cards are drawn from the top card of the opponent's stack. So, I mean, that can help you or with your scores or just give you some different cards. But, like, they also have 2 different variants, which is kind of cool. So you'll have, like, different abilities. So if you kind of like what one person does, if you want to try something different, you can always pick their other variant. So, like, this one with the treasure hunter card, with those 2 cards, again, you have the draw bonus cards equal to double the number of cards collected.
Yeah,
so,
that's
I mean,
really
that's
cool.
pretty cool. And then you have, like, you have her, so she allows you to reveal 3 cards before choosing to draw with the,
Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle. I couldn't think of the word there. Then you have the gunny, which I had a couple games ago, which is really cool.
Yeah, I like the gunny.
You know, you have cannon, you move the entire suit stack into the discard, but you had, that gunny, so...
Scavenger, so...
Yeah, so take the top card from the opponent's stack, so that didn't really help. But, I mean, you know, you have just the different abilities with the different characters, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's a very light pressure luck game.
Mm-hmm.
We like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, the guys in my lunch group enjoy it. Not one that we're going to play all the time, but it's a really good change of pace. Like I said, plays fast, love the artwork. Good game.
Break it out for a Play Like a Pirate Day coming up very soon. Good little filler if you're having some pirate tournaments. You just want to get some little plundering in while you wait.
Yeah, especially while you're waiting for maybe some of your other players to finish up one of the bigger games like Merchants and Marauders or Francis Drake or Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
You know, you can whip this out and play a couple games while you're waiting. So that'll do it this time, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye. Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.